No. Yeah. She should have never left out my arms from the beginning.
With her mother and grandmother offering comfort, 16-year-old Shanara Mobley is reliving Friday afternoon again and again. She still can't make any sense of what happened and why someone did it.
Please, please bury my baby. I know you, if you don't have no kids, if you was faking a pregnancy or, you just can't have no kids. How you think I feel? True enough, I'm only 16 years old, but I have fantasy. That's my first child.
A newborn named Kamaya, who never came home to sleep in her new bassinet or to play with her new toys. The family is a bundle of nerves.
I worry about the baby health, what's the baby going through, and my granddaughter, because emotionally she's about to break down.
Soon after the abduction, police began searching, and this is who they're looking for. A black female about 5'5", weighing 150 to 160 pounds, who was most likely wearing a wig. Shanara's family thought the kidnapper was a hospital employee. The woman even called the baby by name. But all that help in the hospital room suddenly became a mother's nightmare.
Yeah, I try to think positive, think the lady just trying to help my baby. Then again, I think my baby could be crying. She could be trying to take pills and smother my baby. I don't know what to think. And that would be the happiest thing in the world to me right now, is to hold my baby and to know that she's not going nowhere else. Whoever has my baby or knows the whereabouts of my baby, will you please, I'm begging you, please bring me my baby, please.
Just 8 hours after she was born, Kamaya Mobley taken.
It doesn't matter how we get the baby back, just that we get the baby back.
Today, after 18 years, a young woman learns who she really is as the mystery behind her disappearance is solved and the woman Kamaya called Mom is behind bars.
That's right, Anthony. Today we went to the home of Shanara Mobley, the birth mother of Kamaya, and we talked to neighbors who said that she was likely too emotional to talk to us. We do believe that she was inside, and they told us that they know all about Kamaya, that she, the mother, threw birthday parties every year for her missing daughter. Here's a post that she put on her Facebook page back in 2014, celebrating her daughter's 16th birthday, saying that you are truly loved wherever you are. Now, while we were there this evening, 2 JSO officers in patrol cars arrived at the Mobley home. Some people left the house, got into a family vehicle, then those 2 police units in a caravan with that vehicle left the Mobley house. Now, JSO tells us they can't confirm the destination or where or when a reunion between the mother and the daughter will occur, but many who have seen this story are characterizing it as a bittersweet one, especially for that 18-year-old who didn't know she had family, and she is now meeting new family for the first time, and her mother that she's known her entire life now facing charges and will be brought here to JSO to face those charges. In Walterboro, South Carolina is where she is now, and our own Clark Foraker joins us now from South Carolina. Clark.
Yeah, Julie, now the news has spread throughout this small South Carolina town, but early this morning when this all started, no one here even knew the name Kamaya Mobley. The 18-year-old woman had for her whole life lived here and gone by a different name. So this news has shocked this community. It's a peaceful town, and something this elaborate rarely happens here. Both the attention from law enforcement and from the media now that Kamaya's been found. She was in court today, Gloria Williams was, and that is the woman that Kamaya's known as her mother for her whole life. And it was, simply put, a very emotional hearing.
The city of Walterboro is simply put confused. Why the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is even here. For the past 18 years, they've not known Kamaya Mobley, but a different woman.
Sweet, intelligent, smart, it's just so much of stuff that I can't really name. She was everything that a mother would want in a daughter.
Neighbor Lakeisha Jenkins knew the family well. She worked with Gloria Williams, a woman known around here as Mom.
I can't believe what I was hearing, what I seen, because, like I said, I never knew Gloria would do that.
The family is well respected in the community. It's why so many are shocked and say they're not turning on Gloria Williams or the young woman she raised.
She would come over here, she would sit on the porch, or she would knock on the door. She would be like, "Hey, Miss Keisha," because she said miss, she had manners.
Williams and the young woman were both in a courtroom this afternoon. The judge allowed the two to embrace. The confusion overwhelming for the young woman, whose definition of family is forever changed.
Kamaya told her mom she loved her and that she was praying for her. Gloria Williams, who's been arrested for kidnapping and avoiding justice charges, she's basically waived bond today. She'll be extradited back to Florida and go before a judge there administratively, and that really is the next step.
I'm happy. Words can't describe the way I feel. I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm just glad it's over with. At 18 years, it still seems like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad it is over. I just can't wait to see her, you know.
Were you in the hospital when she was born?
No, unfortunately, I was incarcerated when she was born.
So you had heard while you were in jail that she had been taken?
Right, I was incarcerated, yeah.
That must have been really hard that you couldn't be there.
Oh yeah, it was hard, but it was a mistake that I made that I had to pay for, unfortunately. But, you know, like I said, I'm just glad she's safe right now, you know.
Did you ever think this would come? Did you ever think this day would happen?
I always hoped and prayed for this day to happen. I never gave up. You know, you never lose hope. You know what I'm saying? No matter how time passed, you never give up. You know, I don't know, I just always felt she was alive. I always felt she was gonna find us. I always felt that.
And here she is.
Yeah, it's beautiful, ain't it? It's just a good thing. It's a blessing. She is very blessed. You know. And she also look like her brothers and sisters. She got brothers and sisters. She got brothers and sisters.
So
her brother, her youngest brother. This is her youngest brother.
How are you feeling to know you have a sister out there that has been found and she's okay?
I feel good.
Are you excited to meet her?
Yes, for the first time, yeah.
Yes.
Have you heard about this over the years? And what has it been like for you to know that you have a sister and to know that this was happening, growing up without her and knowing the pain that your family went through over all this?
Yeah, like when I first found out about it, when I got me from school, I was sad a little bit. Like, dang, this is my first time seeing my sister. She probably gonna be happy when she see us. Like that, stuff like that.
Are you excited to spend time with her?
Yep, a lot. Everybody should be happy.
What are you gonna do when you see her?
Well, I'm a hug her to death. Give her a kiss. Just keep hugging her. It's just a long time because we ain't never seen her before.
It's feelings that you can't explain this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to put it in words right now. It's hard to deal with this here right now. You know what I'm saying? We just, like I said, we're trying to process it. Man, 18 years. You know, it's gonna be hard to make that up. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Like I said, just can't describe it.
Did you ever give up hope?
No, I never gave up hope. I always thought I'd find it. Always thought I'd find it.
This afternoon, I spoke by phone to Gloria Brown, the mother of Gloria Williams, who is still in jail. She tells me the family is taking things step by step, hour by hour, minute by minute, as they process and come to terms with everything that has come to them and been put on their plate, turning their lives upside down over the last 24 plus hours. She tells me she spoke with Alexis this morning, who said that she's doing the same, having a difficult time dealing with everything, but that she was looking forward to that meeting this afternoon with her biological parents. Now,
Charles Manigo remembers the exact day his then girlfriend told him she was pregnant, but now 18 years later, a bombshell secret uncovered. His daughter was taken from another family.
Heartwarming images of a family reunited 18 years after being kidnapped, a smiling daughter, her biological father full of gratitude.
Never gave up hope. I always thought I'd find it.
But this morning, there's heartache for the man who thought he was her father.
I named her. It's a name I had for years, Alexis Kelly. It's just the love of my life.
Charles Mandingo says his then-girlfriend Gloria Williams told him she gave birth to their daughter while he was away. Mandingo and Williams raising her from the time she was a newborn, tattooing the name of his only child on his arm. The pair sharing custody after they split up in 2003, celebrating milestones like prom together. And then, out of the blue, their worlds turned upside down.
The person she called dad for 18.5 years is not her dad.
DNA testing uncovering the truth. Alexis was in fact baby Camilla, snatched from a Florida hospital in 1998.
The attention is overwhelming to her. She's still processing everything. It's a shock to me. It's a bigger shock to her.
This morning, 51-year-old Williams is behind bars, facing charges for the kidnapping. The case getting national attention as the frantic search played out.
I just want to know where my baby is at. I just want my baby back.
Meanwhile, Mandingo says he had no idea the child he was raising was taken from someone else.
Why do you think she did this?
It's $1 million question. I don't know.
He says even though he's not Alexis's biological father, he'll always be there for her.
Doesn't change any feelings I have for Alexis. The same love I had from the day I held her to now, to 43 more years. She's my child. I can't cut that off. I won't cut it off.
Alexis says even though some people think she should hate her mom, expect her to. She doesn't and won't. This morning, defending her.
She will always be mom.
A bombshell secret turning 18-year-old Alexis Mandingo's world upside down. DNA testing revealing Alexis was in fact baby Camilla, snatched from a Florida hospital in 1998 when she was just 8 hours old.
Your whole life you've been known as Alexis, Lexi, and then now it's like people are referring to you as somewhere else, nationally.
This morning, the woman she calls mom, 51-year-old Gloria Williams, is facing charges for her kidnapping.
Have you even had a chance, amidst all of that chaos, to sit by yourself and think about what's really going on right now?
It's not so much I don't want, it is that. I don't want to, but I know it's gonna come.
Why do you think you're waiting?
Stuff like this does not happen. It just doesn't.
You're the one.
This attention is very overwhelming.
After years of hoping and waiting, her biological parents made the trip to South Carolina, Alexis meeting them for the first time.
I feel like I do owe them that, to give them a chance, get to know them.
Do you think about that ever? What your life would have been like?
I'm not saying they weren't going to be good parents. I'm not saying that at all, but it would have been a different life. When you find out you got another family out there, it's just more love.
Alexis openly sobbing in court, seeing her mom now behind bars.
That did hurt that they had her in cuffs. She's a gentlewoman.
These things shouldn't happen, and they never should happen. And when they do, everybody's life is turned upside down.
Alexis's attorney, Justin Bamberg, says they will look into what legal options she has going forward, but they also have to focus on the basics.
Driver's license, social security number, birth certificate, the basic documents that someone needs to be an adult in America in 2017.
This morning, Alexis says she forgives her mom.
From that one mistake, I was given the best life. I was. I had everything I ever needed, wanted. I had love, especially.
If you could have it your way, what would you like to see happen?
I understand what she did was wrong, but just don't lock her up and throw away the key. Like everything she did was just awful. She loved me for 18 years. She cared for me for 18 years.
Alexis couldn't tell us how she found out of concern that anything she says could be used against her mother.
Do you feel like you have to protect her in some ways?
You feel obligated to protect them in any way possible. In any way possible. You can't just say, oh, they did something wrong. Let me just forget about them and move on. It's not that easy.
Even though she did what she did?
I will always love her.
Alexis tells us that she still talks to her mom daily during calls. She doesn't know when she will see her again, but she hopes it's soon. Right now, her lawyer says they're working on getting her some ID, but that will take time.
Now, let's talk about Mom, Miss Gloria. When's the last time you see her, and what's that like when you get to see her?
I get excited when I see her. The last time I saw her was at preliminary trial. Okay, preliminary trial. I haven't seen her yet because I actually just got my ID. Literally, I just got my ID. So I'll probably see her soon, probably my next visit maybe, or yeah. I talk to her almost like every 2 days. So.
Oh, on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's staying strong? Yeah. What's she saying to encourage you?
She just like, she's still, oh gosh, she's still a mother behind bars. She's still like, she stays on me hard. Like, hey, what you doing? You got this yet? What you doing? What college you going to? Like, I get, what college are you going to? Like, probably every time we talk.
Wow. And what do you say to encourage her?
I just be like sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, what you doing? Like, she don't sound like she in jail. Like I don't know. I'm like, what you doing? Like, I be having to catch myself. I just ask her, like, how you doing? You holding up? She's always been a God-fearing person, so she's like, strength in God.
Do you think she's putting on a facade to try to be strong for you?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do think that.
All right. You mentioned her being God-fearing, so you grew up in the church too. And you feel that's helping you? If so, let's talk about that. How's that helping you?
I do think it's helping me a lot, because that's where I turn to a lot of times, like, I need somebody. Seriously.
You did mention that you want leniency for your mom. Can we talk a little bit about that? What do you want to see happen ultimately?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. I mean, but ultimately for your mom, what do you see happening? What do you want happening?
Of course I'm not going to say, throw her in jail and throw away the key. Or, throwing her into jail. Like, of course, I don't want to see so many years, but I understand a crime was done, Right. So I understand some punishment has to be rendered.
Eventually.